Learn to depend on yourself. That's where it all begins. Not with someone else's promise, not with someone else's help, and certainly not with someone else's approval. You see, in life, the most valuable lesson you can learn is this. If it's going to happen, it's going to be up to you. I learned early that you can borrow money, you can borrow clothes, you can borrow ideas, but you cannot borrow discipline. You cannot borrow character. You cannot borrow your own future. It's your job to build it. Brick by brick, decision by decision, day by day. Because here's the truth. People can walk with you for a while, but they cannot walk for you. They can encourage you. They can inspire you. They can give you advice. But at the end of the day, you've got to do the walking. And that's why, before you ask, who can help me? Ask, how can I help myself? That's the mindset that changes everything. That's the mindset that creates freedom. So today, let's talk about how to depend on yourself so fully that whether the world gives you a hand or turns its back, you can still move forward. Because when you master that, you're no longer at the mercy of chance. You become the architect of your own life. If you don't step up for yourself, don't expect the world to do it for you. You have to learn this early. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your boss, not your friends, not even your family. Yes, people can help you. They can encourage you. They can guide you, but they cannot carry you all the way. They shouldn't, because if they do, you will never build the strength you need. The truth is, depending on others feels safe. It's easy. It gives you an excuse. If things don't work out, you can blame them. You can say, well, I was waiting for their help. But here's the problem, that safety will destroy your potential. It will keep you small. It will keep you waiting. And waiting is dangerous, because the longer you wait, the more life passes you by. I learned this lesson the hard way. There was a time when I thought other people owed me, that because I worked hard, someone should notice, that because I had dreams, someone should open the door for me. But one day it hit me. That door isn't theirs to open. It's mine, and I can't wait for permission. Here's a principle I want you to remember. When you depend on others for your success, you give away control of your life. Think about it. If someone else decides whether you get an opportunity, if someone else decides whether you get paid, if someone else decides when you can take the next step, then your future is in their hands, not yours. And let me tell you, that's a dangerous position to be in. The most successful people I know, they take ownership. They say, if it's going to happen, it's up to me. That mindset changes everything. It turns you from a passenger into a driver. Here's the shift you need to make. Stop asking, who will help me? Start asking, what can I do right now? This doesn't mean you refuse help when it's offered. It means you don't rely on it. You build yourself in such a way that even if nobody helps, you still move forward. I like to say, self-reliance is not arrogance. It's independence. It's not about rejecting people. It's about not being paralyzed when they're not around. You see, life has a way of testing you. You'll have seasons when no one is cheering for you, when no one sees the work you're putting in, when no one is clapping for your progress. In those moments, you'll find out if you've built the habit of moving forward on your own. And I'll be honest, it's not easy. It takes discipline. It takes courage. It takes a decision to bet on yourself every single day. I remember telling myself, if I fail, I want it to be because of me, not because I waited for someone else. That's the power of self-dependence. You take back responsibility. You take back control. So here's what I want you to do. 1. Make a list of the areas where you're waiting for others. Be honest. Are you waiting for a business partner to take the first step? Waiting for a mentor to guide you? Waiting for someone to notice your talent? 2. Ask yourself what you can do without them. It might be smaller steps. It might be harder work, but it will build your confidence. 3. Commit to daily progress, even if it's one small action, because movement builds momentum, and momentum makes you unstoppable. Remember, you can't outsource your dreams. You can't hire someone to live your life for you. You can't delegate your purpose. It's yours, all yours. The people who depend too much on others, they often end up frustrated. bitter, angry at the world, because they've been waiting for years and life passed them by. Don't let that be you. Don't let your dreams gather dust because you were waiting for someone else to believe in them. Believe in them yourself. Believe in you. You'll be amazed what happens when you stop waiting for someone to choose you. And you choose yourself. Rely on others for support, but rely on yourself for success. That's how you take back your life. That's how you make sure no one can ever stop you. Dependence doesn't mean waiting for others to do things for you. It means learning how to take action where it counts. It means focusing on what you can control, the tasks in front of you. Many people misunderstand dependence. They think if they depend on themselves, they must do everything at once. They believe they have to carry all the weight on their own shoulders, all the time. But that's not true. Self-dependence is about knowing where to focus your energy. It's about discipline, priorities, and smart action. You see, the key to learning to depend on yourself is to focus on tasks, the small, consistent actions that build your future. Tasks that, when done repeatedly, add up to something great. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. But discipline begins with clear focus on what must be done, the tasks that matter most. Here's the truth. If you scatter your energy chasing everything, you accomplish nothing. If you waste your time on distractions, you become dependent on luck, chance, or others' decisions. But if you choose your tasks carefully and give your best to each one, you become a master of your own destiny. Ask yourself, what are the tasks that move me forward? What are the daily habits that build my confidence? What small actions, when added up, create big results? Write them down. Make them simple. Make them clear. Because when you focus on tasks, you create momentum. Consider this. A man who wants to build strength doesn't start by lifting the heaviest weight on day one. He begins with manageable repetitions, with consistency, with progress. The same applies to your goals. The tasks you choose to focus on today must be manageable. Tasks you can complete. Tasks you can build upon. When you do this, you develop what Jim Rohn called the discipline muscle. And here's something else you need to know. Your focus on tasks creates self-trust. When you commit to a small task and follow through, you prove to yourself you can be relied upon. And when you trust yourself, you become unstoppable. Without this trust, dependence on yourself is just an idea, a wish. But with trust, it becomes a way of life. Now, it's important to clarify, this is not about perfection. You will make mistakes. You will miss some tasks. You will have days when you don't feel motivated. That's normal. What matters is your commitment to return. Your commitment to keep focusing on the tasks that matter. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. So how do you focus on tasks effectively? Step 1, prioritize. Decide which tasks will bring the greatest results. Don't spread yourself thin. Choose a few important tasks and make those your priority. Step 2, schedule. Put your tasks on your calendar. Give yourself deadlines. Hold yourself accountable. Step 3, eliminate distractions. Turn off your phone. Limit social media. Create an environment where you can concentrate. Step 4, take consistent action. Do a little every day, even if it's just 15 minutes. Progress is progress. Remember, depending on yourself means you own your time and energy. You don't wait for inspiration. You don't wait for perfect conditions. You take the initiative. And that initiative comes through focusing on tasks, the daily work that no one else will do for you. If you want to depend on yourself, learn to depend on the power of consistent tasks. Because success isn't a one-time event. It's the sum of small efforts, repeated day after day. When you master this, you build confidence. You build skill. You build your future. And no one can take that away from you. Success is never accidental. It's not a stroke of luck or a random gift. It's the natural result of skillful preparation. Learn how to be happy with what you have while you pursue all that you want. And part of that pursuit is learning the skills that get you closer to your goals. If you want to depend on yourself, then you must depend on your skills. Skills are the currency of success. The more valuable your skills, the more control you have over your life. The more independent you become. Think about it. Who succeeds more often? The person who waits for opportunity or the person who creates it? The person who can do more? The person who can solve problems? The person who can adapt and learn? Developing skills is like planting seeds. You don't expect to harvest the day after you sow. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes care. But with consistent effort, those skills grow. You start small. You learn one thing at a time. You practice. You improve. It's the simple act of daily learning. Many people make the mistake of thinking that talent alone is enough, or that some people are just born skilled. That's a myth. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. The skills that matter most are not always taught in school. They are learned by doing, by reading, by seeking mentors, by facing challenges head on. Here's the key. The skills you develop must align with your goals. If you want to build a business, learn marketing, sales, leadership. If you want to improve your health, learn about nutrition, exercise, and mindset. If you want better relationships, learn communication, empathy, and listening. Every goal demands skills. And here's the beauty of it. Skills build confidence. When you know you can handle a situation, you feel stronger. You take action with certainty. You become less dependent on luck or others. Confidence comes from competence. So, how do you develop the skills you need? 1. Identify the skills that matter most. Write down what's necessary for your success. 2. Commit to learning every day. Read books. Listen to podcasts. Attend seminars. 3. Practice intentionally. Don't just learn. Apply what you learn consistently. 4. Seek feedback and improve. Use criticism as a tool, not a weapon. 5. Teach others what you learn. Teaching sharpens your understanding and builds mastery. Remember, nobody starts as an expert. Everyone begins as a beginner. What separates the successful is persistence. The refusal to quit learning. The commitment to growth. The challenge of leadership is to be strong, but not rude. Be kind, but not weak. Be bold, but not a bully. Be thoughtful, but not lazy. Be humble, but not timid. Be proud, but not arrogant. Have humor, but without folly. These qualities grow as you develop yourself, and skill development is at the heart of it. Depend on your skills and your confidence will follow. Depend on your growth and your future will be secure. Because the most reliable thing in life is your own ability to learn, adapt, and improve. Build that. Protect that. Invest in that. And you will be unstoppable. I want to share something personal with you. Years ago, I found myself waiting for someone to give me permission, waiting for someone to tell me it was okay to move forward. But that day never came. The more I waited, the more life slipped through my fingers. One evening, I sat alone, reflecting on what was holding me back. I realized it wasn't lack of opportunity. It wasn't lack of talent. It was my mindset. I was depending on others to make my future happen. And that was my greatest weakness. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. The real change begins in the mind. Self-reliance is a mindset. It's a way of thinking and believing that you alone are responsible for your life. Let me be clear, cultivating this mindset isn't about arrogance or stubbornness. It's not about rejecting help or advice. It's about standing firm when no one else stands with you. It's about trusting yourself to keep moving forward. When I committed to this mindset, everything changed. No longer did I look for someone else to solve my problems. No longer did I blame my circumstances. No longer did I wait for luck or timing. Instead, I asked myself, what can I do today with what I have to get closer to my goals? And then I did it. This mindset grows with daily practice. First, it begins with embracing responsibility, not just for the good days, but for the bad days too. I remember a time when a big project failed. I could have blamed the market, or my team, or the economy, but I didn't. I said, this is my responsibility. And in owning that, I gained power, because responsibility is not a burden, it's freedom. When you own your mistakes and successes, you take control of your life. No one else can control your destiny but you. Second, cultivate gratitude. In difficult times, gratitude is a lifeline. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. I started keeping a simple journal, just 3 things I was grateful for each day. Some days, it was as simple as a warm cup of coffee or a kind word. But those small moments built a foundation of positivity, and that positivity strengthened my mindset. Third, challenge your limiting beliefs. We all have stories in our minds that hold us back. Maybe you tell yourself, I'm not smart enough. I don't have the right connections. I'm too old to start. These stories are traps. They keep you stuck. Ask yourself, is this true? Or am I just afraid? What if the opposite is true? When you start questioning these beliefs, you weaken their hold on you. You open the door to new possibilities. Fourth, learn to see failure differently. Failure is not the end. Failure is feedback. Every time I failed, I wrote down the lessons. I studied what went wrong. I adjusted, and I tried again. Jim Rohn said, failure is not a single cataclysmic event. You don't fail overnight. Instead, failure is a few errors in judgment, repeated every day. But success is also built one step at a time. When you adopt this view, failure stops being scary. It becomes part of your growth. Fifth, practice patience and perseverance. The road to self-reliance is not quick or easy. You will face setbacks. You will encounter doubt from others and from yourself. There were days I felt exhausted, days when progress seemed invisible. But I kept going because I knew the prize was on the other side of persistence. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. Finally, surround yourself with positivity. Your mind is influenced by what you read, who you listen to, and the company you keep. Choose books that uplift you. Listen to voices that inspire you. Spend time with people who believe in growth. This positive environment fuels your mindset. When you cultivate this mindset, the mindset of self-reliance, you become unshakable. You no longer wait for others to lift you up. You create your own momentum. You become the captain of your soul. So I challenge you today. Look inside your mind. What thoughts are holding you back? What beliefs are limiting your potential? Begin to replace those with thoughts of strength, responsibility, and possibility. Begin to own your story, every part of it. Begin to trust yourself enough to keep walking. Even when the path is uncertain, this is the mindset that makes you free. The mindset that makes you unstoppable. Because when you depend on yourself, truly depend on yourself, no circumstance, no opinion, no obstacle can stop you. And that is the power of self-reliance. You've come a long way. You've faced your doubts. You've built skills. You've cultivated a mindset of self-reliance. But now, the real test begins. Not in grand gestures or sudden leaps, but in the daily walk forward. Life is a series of moments, each choice shaping your path, each action building or breaking your momentum. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. The journey of self-reliance is exactly that, a series of small, consistent actions. A marathon, not a sprint. You will have days when progress feels slow, when your energy is low, when the world seems to conspire against you. But those days are part of the process. They are not signs to quit. They are invitations to grow stronger. I want to share a story. Early in my journey, I faced a project that seemed impossible. The odds were stacked. The challenges were real. At one point, I wanted to give up. The excuses whispered loudly. This isn't for you. Wait for a better time. Maybe it's just not meant to be. But then, I remembered why I started. I remembered the vision I had, and I chose to keep going. Slowly, steadily, step by step. Not perfect, but persistent. That project taught me a valuable lesson. It's not the absence of obstacles that defines success. It's the refusal to be stopped by them. Your journey will be the same. Some days you will run, fueled by motivation and excitement. Other days, you will crawl, holding on by sheer will. Both are necessary. Both build strength. One powerful secret to long-term success is this. Don't wait for motivation to start. Motivation comes after action, not before. If you wait to feel inspired, you may wait forever. Instead, even if it's just one small step, take that step and feel the momentum build. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Discipline means doing what you need to do, even when you don't want to do it. It's choosing progress over comfort. It's choosing your future over your present ease. When you master discipline, self-reliance becomes natural. You won't be tossed around by circumstances. You'll create your own circumstances. And when doubt or fear try to slow you down, remember this: you are stronger than your fears. You are more capable than your doubts. The moment you decide to keep moving, you are winning. Remember this Jim Rohn quote: "Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action." Action is the antidote to fear. There will be days when the world doubts you, when friends or family question your path, when the easiest choice is to give up. Hold firm. You are the captain of your destiny. Your future is shaped by what you decide today. Choose to keep walking forward. Choose to grow through every challenge. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Each success builds your confidence. Each victory strengthens your resolve. Keep a journal of your progress. Write down your goals. Review them often. This keeps your vision clear and your mind focused. Also, be kind to yourself. Progress is not linear. There will be setbacks and mistakes, but mistakes are not failure. They are lessons in disguise. Learn from them, adjust your course, keep going. Seek mentors who challenge and inspire you. Read books that lift your spirit. Listen to voices of wisdom and encouragement. Your environment shapes your mindset. Choose wisely. Now, imagine where you will be 1 year from now. If you commit to this journey today, if you decide to walk stronger every day, picture the skills you will build, the mindset you will develop, the life you will create. It starts with one choice, one moment of courage. So here is your call to action. Start tomorrow differently. Give your first hour to yourself. Commit to growth every single day. Depend on yourself. Trust yourself and never stop moving forward. Because when you walk this path, you become unstoppable. Your future is waiting. Step into it with confidence and purpose. As we come to the close of this journey together, I want you to pause for a moment and truly feel what you've heard. Not just with your ears, but with your heart. The power to change your life isn't outside of you. It isn't waiting for the right moment or the perfect opportunity. It's already inside you. You have the strength. You have the wisdom. You have the ability. But you must decide to use it. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. Change begins with a decision. A simple, powerful decision to take control. To step up and say, I will depend on myself. I will own my life. I will be the captain of my ship. When you make that decision, the entire universe begins to move with you. Doors open. Opportunities appear. People notice your new energy. But remember, this isn't a magic pill. It's not a quick fix. It's a lifelong commitment. There will be hard days, days filled with doubt and fatigue, days when giving up seems easier. On those days, remind yourself why you started. Remember the vision that sparked your journey. Hold it close, like a flame that lights your path. The journey of self-reliance is a noble one. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Because when you depend on yourself, you create a foundation no one can shake. You build confidence that no failure can destroy. You craft a life of freedom that no circumstance can take away. So, take this message to heart. Start today. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Right now. The first step might be small, but it will set you in motion. With every step, you will grow stronger. With every challenge, you will grow wiser. And with every success, you will grow bolder. The best investment you can ever make is the investment in yourself. Commit to that investment. Protect it. Nurture it. And watch how your life transforms, not because of luck or magic, but because of your hard work, your discipline, and your belief in yourself. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Make self-reliance your habit. Make growth your way of life. And you will never be the same again. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for choosing to invest in your future. The path won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Keep walking. Keep growing. And most importantly, keep depending on yourself. Because that is the truest path to success.